Hi, I'm so glad that you decided to take on this 10-day experience learning to trust your inner guidance in a more confident and wondrous way. So, I am going to be your guide, Jacqueline Best, and I am wishing for you to participate daily. It's going to take 10 to 15 minutes in three different sections so that you can engage with yourself, have your own personal experience, and learn to know what your own superpower is inside you. So over these 10 days, this video is just going to be just a tad longer because I'm just going to explain how it's going to work. There is going to be a video. There's going to be Facebook Lives that you can tap into if you've got questions, or if because of time zones, we have people in the Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere, that you may be getting this like almost on day 2 when it's day 1 for me. So I'm going to do my best to cover everything I can also on live on the Facebook page. So the first things first, is I want you, if you haven't already, introduced yourself in the Facebook group and just shared, whether it's a picture, a Facebook Live, just something about what you why you've decided to do this. And the second thing is, which is today's number 1 action item, is to write out what you actually believe about your inner guidance. So I want you to start that sentence with, I believe this, blah, 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 about my inner guidance system. Because it doesn't matter what I believe about my inner guidance system, and it doesn't believe what anybody else believes about your inner guidance system. It's what you believe that is creating the foundation for your own inner guidance in your own life that we will go through over the next 10 days. Okay? So the first one is just release it all. I believe this about my inner guidance. And everything you share is going to stay within the group here, and we're all going to be everybody's cheerleaders, because this is our whole big vision, is we know that everybody's special and unique. As everybody learns to trust themselves, we all shine brightly, and the world is just a better place. Your best only world. So that is my vision, by the way, 1 billion people being healed from the inside out, trusting their own inner guidance confidently. So they're loving their journey to their heart's desires, and they're living in their best whole new world, which is your best whole new world. So first thing was introduce yourself if you haven't already done that. First thing today is to write out, I believe this about my inner guidance system, whatever it is you believe. We'll talk more about what you're going to write today tomorrow. Okay, so that's step 1 in the process. Step 2 is I want you to take everything you know. Notice the word I'm using now, know, versus what I believe. So everything that you know, that you think you know about the universe and how the universe works and how about life works, I'm encouraging you to check it. Just check it over here for 10 days, okay? Because this experience is going to take you from the mind to the heart, or where we're going to say the heart is where your inner guidance system is, because science is proving now that that sends more messages to your brain than your brain, and it also is connected and in coherence with the magnetism of the whole earth, which goes into greater quantum physics and unified field theory. So in this particular point, that's the second thing I'm going to ask you to do, is to check everything you think you know, not that you believe, that you think you know about how life works. And because this has nothing to do with what I'm saying to you, okay? Because the journey is about convincing yourself. So I'm going to share my experiences. I'm going to share with you what's happened for me in this process, that my free will only chooses to follow my inner guidance system consistently, because it just knows. It always gives me the highest and the best, the joy, the health, the wealth, the love. But I know that. And I'm here to help you discover what's true for you so you can use your own superpower. Okay, so the second thing, do you remember what that is? Is check everything you think you know for 10 days. You can come back to it on the 11th day, but for 10 days, you're going to check it. And you're going to experience, because you're going to experience life. The third thing today is I want you to remember a time that early on, that you remember feeling something that you were being guided differently than what you were being told. Okay? That could be, I remember someone sharing with me that they could remember when they were just an infant, that they were, being told something and they felt like they were screaming through their body, like crying, but they were really screaming, saying, oh my gosh, I've got to go through this whole life in another language and you people don't understand anything. So they felt frustrated with the restrictions that they already had on their tiny little baby body. Now that may be too far out for you to imagine, but I can remember a time in kindergarten where I had two girls that were telling me that they were sisters. And I just felt like, no, but they're saying yes, 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 yes. And I could feel that they were lying, but they weren't admitting they were lying. And so I remember feeling conflicted. And then I remember having to prove them wrong, because it was to prove what was inside me right. And, going to find out what their last names were, and, and trying to, prove. And they were still adamant that they were sisters, because that's how they were playing. So that is in one little teeny little memory, but that's where I look back and I can see over my life, I felt things consistently throughout my life. I felt them, but yet the world told me an entirely different story. So I was always trying to be right because I felt wrong, but inside I felt right? So there was always this inner conflict going on. So now it's about, well, I want you to forget about up here. And I want you to go back and remember what it felt like. So my inner guidance was actually right back then. They weren't sisters, right? That's what I want you to recognize. What's a time where you remember, where you go, I felt something and actually I was right. My inner guidance was right. Okay? As simple as it can be, or as big as it can be, but ideally we all remember those big moments when we really got clear. And I'm hoping you can remember some smaller moments that you go, yeah, that's right. I remember that time I felt this way and this is what occurred for me. Finally, what we're going to do every day is you're going to do a little tune in for your inner guidance. So if you're ready, turn off your phone, just stop multitasking and uncross your legs and open up your hands, ready to receive. And you're going to just think of something good. Think about how great it would be to know that you can always trust your inner guidance, how exciting that your life could just be awesome all the time, whatever it is that brings you happiness. And repeat after me. I'm asking for my inner guidance. To clearly communicate with me in each and every moment for my highest and best good. And I'm asking that I am open to receiving this guidance in each and every moment for my highest and best good. Thank you. I will record that live and put it on the Facebook group, so you can do it with me if you want. But what I am encouraging you to do is to set forth the intention or the connection with your inner guidance every morning. So it's as simple as soon as your feet hit the floor, when you're getting out of bed, just take that minute and a half to just open up and ask for your inner guidance to clearly communicate with you. The truth is, your inner guidance is always communicating with you, but that is your experience to discover. So first you set the intention that you're saying, clearly communicate with me, okay? clearly communicate with me, and that you are open to receiving it. You are tuning in. It's like tuning into that radio station, the inner guidance radio station. 10200.1, whatever the heck the radio station names are. Okay? So that's it for today. That's as simple as it is. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, ask for the divine connection to your inner guidance. Ask for that connection. And to be open to receive the guidance. And then we'll go to step 2 and how this process unfolds, because it's going to be an extraordinarily beautiful journey. And if you share, or when you share in the Facebook group every day, after 10 days, there's going to be a great little gift for you also. And if you can, just take time to at least comment just on one other. I mean, 3 would be great, but one other person's post, and give them encouragement to keep going forward and trusting their inner guidance. That would be fabulously awesome. Okay, so I will see you on day 2 tomorrow. Have a beautiful, awesome day experiencing your inner guidance. Bye-bye.